Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi. Today we're going to look at the Micronauts Time Traveler figures. As you can see in front of me, I have 4 Micronauts Time Travelers. These were released in 1976 by Mego, but these are actually based on a Japanese toy line called Microman that was released in 1974 by Takara. Mego bought the rights to produce these toys and started producing them in sort of mass production in 76, and these figures are way ahead of their time. If you compare these to the Star Wars figures that came out from sort of 77 onwards, these figures have so much articulation and sort of detail in them that it really puts the Star Wars figures to shame. As you can see, they're fully jointed. You can rotate their arms in any direction, their hands rotate, they've got tiny little wrists, their legs rotate, got a little waist sort of bit of movement, and that they're just severely sort of ahead of their time and really advanced for 1974. Unfortunately, this is what makes them pretty hard to collect these days, because they're so sort of well articulated and dainty. They're very easily broken, so you'll often find them with bits missing. So finding a complete set is pretty hard to do at the moment and can cost you a fair bit. The figures came in 4 colours, as you can see here. The one I'm holding is the clear version. There was an orange version, a blue version and a yellow version, and they came with removable chest plates, as you can see on this one. If I just remove this chest plate, of which again there were 4 different types of chest plate. This is the one with a triangle sort of shape on it. There's another one which is sort of wedge shaped, bit of a square one there, and a much more curved one here. And each of these also came in 4 different sort of shades. So this is a slightly gold coloured one, there's a silver one, there's a sort of bronzy coloured one, and there's another colour. I can't actually remember off the top of my head what it was, but I'm sure there were 4. And that's quite a nice feature, that you can actually swap these about. The figures also came with a small little peg that fitted in the back, which enabled you to sort of attach it to different vehicles. Later in the line, these toys were, when Mego went bust in about sort of the early 80s, the line was bought up by another company called Our Toys, as you can see here, and then rebranded as Cosmo-Man from the Interchangeables line. On the back you can clearly see that it says Our Toys, but these are exactly the same figures. There's no difference to them whatsoever. It does look like the plastic is slightly cheaper, but they're essentially exactly the same figures. When the Micronauts line was big, you could buy these toys individually, separately carded, but they also would come with vehicles. So if you picked up a boxed version, like here's the Photon Sled, you actually got a Micronaut Time Traveler with it, which is quite a nice thing that toy manufacturers don't really do that often these days, which is a little bit of a shame, because obviously when you get the vehicle you want the action figure to go with it, so it's quite a nice thing that they did. If you're going to collect these figures, be warned that they are getting more and more expensive just because they're so brittle and sort of easily broken, and there's always bits missing on them because they're so sort of delicate. So just make sure that they have everything that they're supposed to have. On the boots at the bottom, there's actually a little sort of separate section of plastic that goes above where the boot joins the leg, so make sure that's there, and make sure that none of these fingers are broken off. If you're a collector like me, you'll probably end up with a little bag like this, which is sort of spare parts to other time travelers. This is quite useful though, because often when you buy them there are bits missing and broken. If you've got a spare bits, you can easily sort of fix them up and repair them and make a decent one out of what you've got left. These are truly lovely figures and way ahead of their time, so if you like collecting action figures, it really is nice to get a full set of them. There are only 4 different types, so it's not the biggest of sets to get, but they do look really nice on display, and the fact that they're made of clear plastic just makes them look excellent. Hope that's been of interest to you, and thanks for watching.